the right person for you is willing to pay the price that you deserve. All right. Now, the price you deserve isn't simply about things that you hope and would like, so to speak, but more so about what you need, about character, about being treated right, about being loved, about being poured into, about being invested into. These are the things that say, I value you. These are the things that you deserve as a woman and should not settle for anything less. And so when you are dating or in relationships, you've got to understand how to establish your value. Because if you don't see your value, well, no one else will. You know, I have this analogy that imagine you were a car. I know some people don't like being compared or to cars, but just work with me here, all right? Let's just say man owns a car dealership and he's selling a Rolls-Royce, right? There's going to be people who walk by that Rolls-Royce and say, man, that Rolls Royce is too expensive. That's ridiculous. They're crazy. They think anyone's going to pay that kind of money for a car like that. You'll have some people who pass by the Rolls Royce and say, man, that car is beautiful, but I ain't got the money for it. I wish I could, but I can't. But then you're going to have someone or even people who pass by that Rolls Royce and say, here's the money I wanted. When that dealer has to deal with the individuals who either did not see the value of the Rolls Royce or did not have the money for the Rolls Royce, he didn't change the price of the car. He didn't change the value of the product. You see what I'm saying? Because he understood there's someone who is going to step up and pay for that car. Well, that's how I need you as a woman to understand. You don't change your value because this guy don't see it or this guy don't respect it, this guy don't honor it. You have to understand that if you are walking in your true value, because knowing your true value is also knowing that you're tapping into it. Like, here's another, I want to get to these points, but I got another analogy I got to use real quick. So let's use houses. There's a lot of women out there, and they are essentially a $1 million home, right? However, in their current condition, they only can sell for $300,000. Why? Because the kitchen needs work. The house needs to be repainted. The floors need to be redone. The house possesses the value of $1 million if it taps into it by doing the work that needs to be done. But that doesn't mean in its current condition it can sell for that. So, yes, I love y'all. But the truth is, for many of you, you still haven't tapped into your full value. You are not maximizing your potential. And in knowing your value, you have to also recognize where you have to improve, what things you have to work on. But do not forget what your true ultimate value is. All right? Now, with that out the way, I want to get into how you now establish your value with men so that you are not getting sold short. You're not getting offers or you're not accepting offers below what you're really worth, right? And you're really receiving what's best for you. So the first way to do this is to understand that not every man is built to see your value. So again, like the analogy I gave with the Rolls Royce, there will be people who pass it and say, this car ain't worth it. There will be people who pass it and say, I like it, but I ain't got the money for it. They are not built or wired or in that current position to embrace and honor and purchase what's in front of them. Majority of men you come across are not built to honor, see, and pay the price of your value. And you have to make sure that you don't let that discourage you. You don't let that throw you off. You understand that's just life. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine because everyone's not your cup of tea. All right. You don't like everybody. Everybody don't like you. That's life. All of us have that. And here's the thing. Even if you are walking in the full potential of your value, there will still be people who just are not built to see it. There are celebrities. I'm not going to name any names, but you can think of a celebrity woman that people go crazy about, right? There are men who will say, she don't do it for me. I wouldn't talk to her. I'd rather this person instead. It don't matter how amazing you are. It doesn't matter how near perfect you are. Everyone's not going to see it. And that's fine. That's not something to be offended by, bothered by, or allow it to cause you to view yourself differently. One of the phenomena I see happen with people in general, but let's focus, of course, on women right now, is a woman could go out, be complimented by 10 men, right? Everyone tell her, oh, you beautiful, you so fine, blah, 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 blah. Guy number 11, and God forbid she actually liked guy number 11 a little bit more than the other 10 who told her she looked good. But guy number 11 paid her no attention or flat out rejected her. She will forget the 10 that complimented her and start to question herself, her value. Is something wrong with me? Maybe I'm not that pretty, because the one guy didn't see it. All right? And so that's why I am stressing this point so much, because you really got to learn how to understand everyone's not built for this. So it's cool. It's fine. But the minute you buy into them not seeing your value and you get caught up in this idea of, well, I'm going to show them how valuable I am, I'm going to prove it to them, and go out of your way, you end up selling yourself short. You end up pulling yourself into a place where now you may look desperate. Now you may look inauthentic. It causes more problems. So rather than trying to now prove yourself, just accept this one ain't for me. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. Relationships are the key to a successful life. But there's 5 areas that we have to be mindful of when it comes to relationships. There's relationship with God, relationship with ourselves, relationship with family and friends,